This is the Washington Times front page for Thursday, December 23rd, 2021. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. President Biden says his administration has made striking progress to alleviate the supply chain crisis and keep store shelves stocked for Christmas shoppers. Jeff Murdoch reports the president said the steps he's taken over the past month have helped reduce pricing stress and that addressing cost increases will continue to be his administration's top priority. Biden said retail inventories are up 3% from last year, and on-shelf availability for consumer goods is roughly 90%, which would be unchanged from before the COVID-19 pandemic. The president also noted shipping companies such as FedEx, UPS, and the U.S. Postal Service have improved delivery times. China has launched a fresh crackdown on religious groups' online activities, announcing rules that will effectively block almost all internet-based ministry that is not state-sanctioned, starting in March. Mark Kellner reports anyone who uses the internet and religion to conduct activities that endanger national security will face government authorities that will prevent and handle those organizations. China's communist leadership has been a world leader in policing political and anti-government speech online, erecting what critics have dubbed the Great Firewall. The Chinese government is also deeply sensitive to religious figures and movements that it considers beyond its control and regulation. The federal government says scooters are the most dangerous toys this holiday season, but the toy industry says not all scooters are created equal. Sean Salai reports the nonprofit Toy Association Trade Group says the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission's annual toy-related deaths and injuries report mistakenly includes scooters not regulated as toys. The commission claims that 41,700 injuries were treated in emergency rooms last year because of non-motorized scooters. The Toy Association says the federal government recognizes as toys only a small number of scooters with 3 or more wheels that it recommends for children younger than age 5. No other scooters count as toys under the U.S. toy safety standard, especially not the electric-powered scooters used in many cities for on-street transportation. A reminder that you can find all these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. If you don't have access to the Times yet, you can visit WashingtonTimes.com/George for a special subscription offer. A reminder also that the front page will be off for the Christmas weekend and will return on Monday, December 27th. Democratic prosecutors who have argued against tough-on-crime policies are scrambling to defend their own records and results as crime surges in major cities. Emily Zanto reports in Baltimore, the city's top prosecutor Marilyn Mosby wrote a 37-page letter to Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, who said her weak handling of prosecutions is contributing to violent crime. In Philadelphia, District Attorney Larry Krasner came under fire this month after he said the city was not experiencing a crisis of crime. Philadelphia has recorded more than 500 homicides for the first time since 1990. Baltimore and Philadelphia, as well as San Francisco, are among 22 cities where the number of homicides was 4% higher during the first 9 months of this year than in the same period in 2020, and 36% higher than in 2019, according to a report by the Council on Criminal Justice. And finally, Dave Boyer has an early look at the contenders in the still-forming Pennsylvania Senate race to replace retiring Republican Senator Pat Toomey. Current Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman of Braddock is the frontrunner in the Democratic primary. Democratic State Representative Malcolm Kenyatta of Philadelphia, who is black and trailing in the race, released internal polling this week showing Fetterman's lead evaporates when voters are told about a 2013 gun brandishing incident. A police report from the incident said Fetterman used his 20-gauge shotgun to stop and detain an unarmed black jogger after hearing what he thought were assault rifle shots fired near his home. Also in the Democratic field is Pittsburgh Congressman Connor Lamb, a moderate who has been running behind Kenyatta in polling. Among the Republican Senate candidates is Emmy-winning TV host Dr. Mehmet Oz, who entered the race this month after Trump-endorsed contender Sean Parnell suspended his campaign after accusations of spousal and child abuse from his estranged wife. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us on all of your favorite podcast platforms just by searching Washington Times in your favorite podcast app. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at WashTimes for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo, and we'd like to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas.